Friends, it's Terri Gaines. In this video, I'm going to showcase all the projects I shared on my blog last week. I'm going to start out with my last Monday's post. I shared cards created with the Layers of Beauty bundle. The bundle is the stamp set, the dies, along with a decorative mask that are all bundled together for 10% savings. The stamp set has 9 images. There are some sentiments along with some decorative images. All the decorative images can be cut out with the dies. There is one large floral die that will cut out this image, plus you have an additional floral die that will cut out just this one flower out of the image. Plus you have these dies, very versatile for lots of paper crafting projects. There are decorative masks, there's 5 of them. They're layered, numbered 1 through 5. And I start out with layer number 1, and once I stamp my image, I place this over the image to line up this first mask. And you just line up the flowers and some of the greenery, then make a mark where this little divot is. That way, when you take this mask off and bring the next one, you line that divot up and you're all set to go. I like to color these in with my blending brushes, and I transfer the ink from my ink pad to the project with the blending brushes. And then there's 5 decorative masks that will help you make that beautiful decorative image. You can also color the images in with blends, and that's what I did for these projects. My inspiration for these projects were card sketches. I used my Inking of You card sketch booklet, which has 131 card sketches in here, and there's lots of different card sketches that would have worked great for this large floral image. I chose to use Card Sketch 52, and Card Sketch 52 is this image right here, and it has that large decorative image with a long sentiment. So for that long sentiment, I chose to use the Sweetly Scripted stamp set, which has 6 images, all with the longer script, and they were perfect for this project. These are an online exclusive. You will not find these in the catalog. I believe that's only online, which means you can add it to any order. So my first card here, what I did was I used that card sketch, and on the layers I added the exposed brick folder. So I do have a PDF that you can download on that blog from last Monday, which will show you all the supplies that I use for the project, and it will give you a photo along with the photo of the card sketch. So what I have here are 3 panel layers that are indicated to be 1 5/8 by 3 7/8. As I started to mention, this one I texturized those layers. I die cut the flower and colored them in with blends. Blends are, I love using the blends. They're an option for coloring those in. I fussy cut this script because there's no dies for that. So that happy birthday, I fussy cut that so I could show more of the image behind it. For this one, I had a larger image, and because it was hiding so much of this image, I cut this floral image just down the middle, and then I separated it so there's empty space behind that sentiment. So just different colors, a different way of layering that. And then for this one, I did not cut the one in the back, but I did use the decorative mask to color that one in. These are fun to create. That's a beautiful bundle to work with. I absolutely love it. On Tuesday, I shared some cards created with the loveliest tree bundle. And for this is a new stamp set in the annual catalog. I think it's great for beginners and experienced stampers. You have 4 sentiments that you can use for majority of your card giving. And then you have lots of things you can do with this, with the tree. So the stamp set has 6 images and the dies have 7 dies. And as I mentioned, I didn't mention, a bundle together for 10% savings, or you can purchase them separately. So I also have a download that's going to show you all the materials I use for the 3 cards along with the card sketch. And so for this first card, I used the Country Woods 12 by 12 paper. Absolutely love working with this paper. It has 6 double-sided prints to them. They're 12 by 12 in size. You get 2 each of these 6 double-sided prints, and it is so versatile for so many of your paper crafting projects. I stamped the tree right on that light color wood grain paper. I took my paper trimmer and I cut up to the image from the bottom to the tree, from the top to the tree. Same thing on this side. Then I fussy cut the rest of that and just layered that behind some early espresso, using the card sketch as my inspiration. For this card, I did fussy cut the entire tree. Not my favorite thing to do. I did punch out the circle and I colored that in with the blending brush and the daffodil along with the crushed curry. I think I used crushed curry ink for that. Some linen thread, and then I also put some color on the edge to just kind of antique that sentiment layer. That was fun to create. For this card, I used the dies that are in the set. For the tree trunk and the branches, I die cut that out of the Country Roots paper, and then I used adhesive sheets behind that. And then I did put 3 of them and just thought they turned out very nice. I used a timber 3D folder on that basic gray cardstock. Another fun set of cards to create. On Wednesday, I shared some cards that I created with the Adventure Sky bundle. These are also card sketch designs. The stamp set is using, the cards are using the stamp set and the dies. They are bundled together. These dies will cut out these decorative images from the stamp set. You have all of these sentiments along with these dies that will create that plain image. I like using adhesive sheets behind all of that. That helps you get all those detail pieces adhered. So for this card sketch, I chose to, I just realized, and I'm not going to start over because if anybody downloaded this from my blog, I have the wrong card sketch here and nobody has pointed that out yet. So I do a copy save to create the next one. I am going to let everybody know via this video. When I get done, I'm going to put card sketch 49 on this flyer and update that on my blog. Card sketch 49 is, let me show you, card sketch 49 is this card sketch right here. So I need to update that. That was my inspiration for this. The reason I picked this one is I really wanted to showcase this designer series paper that coordinates with these stamp sets. This 4 by 5 1/4 piece will really showcase the designer series paper, and it allows you to bring other layers in. And then this decorative image can really be any size or any shape. So I will update that and I will get that done before the end of today. So for this card, I have this one, as I mentioned, it showcases the designer series paper. I have more designer series paper here, and this is a card using Native Navy ink. So I just stamped the airplane along with the sentiment. On this one, I colored in this stamped image, and I use the designer series paper to help me choose my colors. I love Stampin' Up's paper. For that reason, I can just color it in exactly how they did, as close as I can get to them. And I used the blends, and then I also stamped the clouds in the back and colored those in also. Designer series paper and designer series paper. For this one, I have designer series paper here, and then I use the metal diamond embossing folder, and then I die cut the airplane there. So that was fun to create, and as I mentioned, I will update that flyer as soon as, or it'll be updated before I post this video. So on Thursday, I shared cards I created with Card Sketch 86. Card Sketch 86. What I like about Card Sketch 86 is there's lots of layers, so I can show lots of designer series paper. I love creating cards using designer series paper as part of my focal point. I also love this Country Flowers stamp set because it has so many pieces that you can mix and match. You can have different floral images in the different items here. I forgot to bring the dies. Oh no, I do have the die pieces here. You also have some additional dies, you know, this die here and all these floral dies. So I love this, and I will say that a few years ago, I never colored anything in, but I do color images now because I love the blends. The blends make coloring so much easier for me. So I do really like this stamp set for coloring in. So for these cards, I have all three of them are using the same color card base. They are one's using some of the Country Wood Designer Series paper, and the other two, well, I shouldn't say that. This one's Country Woods paper, but these other pieces are the Country Lace 12 by 12. This is double-sided, and it is like fabric printed on paper. Very versatile for your paper crafting projects. So that's what this paper is used. I colored all these images in with blends. All of my texturing is done with the Timber 3D folder. So you have a download PDF that you can download this PDF to give you all the supplies for that project. So that was on Thursday. On Friday, I shared my June Fun Fold project. Each month I have a different Fun Fold for qualifying orders if you use my host code. This was my June Fun Fold. So on Friday morning, I shared the Fun Fold card video that I had for my customers to put their packet together. So it shows how the packet's put together and how the project's created. Plus I shared other cards using that same Fun Fold. This Fun Fold is bookbind sieve fold, and it is very versatile. The goal is to have you be able to assemble your Fun Fold that I provide you all the materials, but also use your materials you already have at home so you can recreate these Fun Folds. So I did share that Friday morning. And then Saturday, I also posted another blog post, and I put two on Friday because I did not post on Saturday. On Friday, later Friday, I posted my interpretation of Stampin' Up's card sketches on page 22 of the annual catalog. But there's also additional card sketches. So on page 22, there are 22 card sketches. I drew them up. I added dimensions here. And then there is also card sketch on page 40, 82, 103, 127, plus I spied one on page 86 that I do not have in the download. So there are 7 pages that you can download from my blog post on Friday. I also have a conversion table, which I provided this back in 2021. I created this. And if your card front is 5 7/8 for the international card size by 4 1/8, I have what you add and subtract depending on if your card is the landscape or portrait design. This should work for any card sketch or any measurement. So this is the conversion that's also on Friday's post. Plus I go into detail on how I created these 3 cards using card sketch number 4. And I have this sample for card sketch number 4. I'm sorry, that's card sketch number 1. And then I have these samples and go into some detail how I created them for card sketch number 4, including this sample. So that is on Friday's post. Sunday, I posted card sketch samples that were inspired by card sketch 82. 82 is from my Inking of You booklet, and I have all the materials I used and what cards I used them on, the code numbers to find those on the online store. So I used the Spotlight in Nature. This is a bundle. It is a stamp set with 7 images. It has been so popular. The reason I posted this Sunday is sometime late Saturday, sometimes Saturday or Sunday morning, it was available. So I thought I would share the cards I had created. Before I got the blog post finished, they were already out of stock. So it is very popular, but it is in the annual catalog, and if it's not available today, it will be back. It's bundled with these decorative images. You can get both of these together for 10%, or you can buy each of these individually. I absolutely love this stamp set for the reason of all the details here. You can stamp and color in with blends and just get a beautiful image. What I did was I fussy cut the butterfly. I actually stamped it first, stamped another one on a different piece, cut this out. And when I stamped this first one, it was just this end. I didn't stamp the butter or the wings, so I could overlay that. And then I used the decorative embossing folder, the exposed brick, for all of those layers. And as I mentioned, or failed, maybe I didn't mention, Card Sketch 82 is my inspiration for this card, and I use that one right there. This one is very similar. It's just showing you that my images are all the same. My sentiments are different. I texturized this, but I use different colors. I use the stamps to make my background paper, and I just use some different colors, which totally changes the look of the card. And for this one, I added in those dies that are part of the bundle. I added the Sweetly script instead of the sentiment from the stamp set. And then I added this beautiful sheer ribbon with the silver edges on it. And I used an embossing folder that is the dashing designs on this one. The designer series paper is the 6x6 Regals paper that is in the annual catalog. So those are all the projects that I shared on my blog last week. I do want to tell you this video is going to be released on July 2nd. Tomorrow, July 3rd, is the first day for Stampin' Up's bonus days. From July 3rd to July 31st, for every $50 you purchase, you're going to get a $5 coupon to redeem August 1st through the 31st. Also on July 3rd, Stampin' Up's new online exclusive products are available to customers. I have created a 4-page flyer that you can download from this blog post, that you can download and see a little sneak peek or see the product that's going to be available. And there are some bundles, some individual stamp sets, some beautiful product in there. Also, being July, I have a new host code. I have a new fun fold. I have new thank you gifts for qualifying orders. If you do not have a demonstrator you're working with and would like to purchase Stampin' Up product, I would love to have you go to my online store or contact me. I have a fun fold as a thank you gift. I have a Create with Terri Card Kit, and for a thank you gift at $50. For July, I'm including one of my Stamp-A-Stack packets, which are all the materials for 3 cards. Everything's cut and ready to assemble. You need your own stamps and ink and adhesive to adhere these. And a $75 order, I'm giving as a thank you gift my Inking of You card sketch booklet, which has 131 card sketches in. So I would, if you have any questions, I would love to have you contact me. If you are interested in any of these PDF downloads that I've shared for the card sketches, go to my blog post and you'll be able to download. If you found me via YouTube, in the text portion of this video, I will have direct links to the blog post. And if, as I mentioned, if you have any questions, please contact me. I would love to have you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks for stopping by. Take care and happy creating.